you are a dismissive, anxious, or fearful, but you're in a relationship with an anxious attachment and you're feeling very lightly overwhelmed, then hopefully this video is going to give you some ideas that you can play around with that might be able to help you. Now, as we know, with anxious attachment patterns, there are absolutely gorgeous human beings, and we don't really emphasize the fully fledged human part of who we are. We just kind of blow up the challenges, right? And then think that that's all we are. So that being said, one of the key challenges is their levels for reassurance, especially in the initial stages of a relationship. So if you choose to get involved, because it is a choice, right? Ultimately, you are choosing to be with this person. You've got to embrace that package that comes with it, right? We've got to take responsibility for the people that we choose to spend our lives with or time with. So one of the things, like I said, is their need for deep reassurance. And what they need from you is, at least in the initial stages, to provide that for them without them asking. So if you know that their love language is a lot of quality time, or it's to words of affirmation, and that might be your area of discomfort, that is the area that you then need to grow in order for you to connect in that relationship. So it's not just about you connecting with that person and kind of like appeasing them or pleasing them, whatever. It's also rather about you expanding your own kind of emotional intelligence skills as well, right? So that's the first thing. The second thing is that anxious attachment do tend to kind of lose themselves in the relationship, right? And many years later, they'll be like, oh my God, I was so immersed with this person that I lost sight of all these other things that were amazing. And so to reinforce that to them, that they shouldn't lose sight of those things, and also to say to them that even when you're doing these things, it doesn't mean that we're any less connected, right? It's actually going to increase our connection so that they feel safe in exploring those things, because one of the psychological things that they go through is this belief that if I'm now committed to all these other things, this means that I'm not as loyal or as committed on anything else to you. So giving them that level of reassurance also helps them to move to secure. And in the longer term, it also means that you get to chill out a little bit more in the relationship, because your initial knee-jerk reaction is probably that you're going to keep running. And that just means that the relationship becomes more and more intense and more exasperated. And then you're at kind of like breaking point. Do you feel me, people? And the final one is that if they are making bids for connection and you can sense their anxiety, actually be aware of that, but also create your own boundaries, because this is not about trying to support the other person so much that you're in your own discomfort zone, which is always a brilliant place to be, to grow, but also to kind of protect your space as well. So you can validate their anxiety and whatever else is coming up and their bids for connection, but you can also hold space for your own boundaries. And that again means that you don't lose yourself in the relationship in order for it to work. So those are the three key ideas that I've got, that if you are dating an anxious attachment person, that might be able to help you. I hope that helps. Put a comment down below if you've ever dated somebody who is, and what that's been like, and how you've been able to grow from that relationship, so we can help some other folks out. And share and subscribe and show some love, because the more you help me, the more that I can help you. Okay, stay blessed, stay happy, much love.